But I want you to think about, to introduce the first one, I'm just to offer an illustration. Imagine that you are with a friend of yours who is not feeling well. And so he's going to the doctor, get himself checked out, but he's a little nervous about his circumstance, doesn't want to go alone, he invites you along. And when you get to the doctor examines him, and the doctor says, you have cancer, and unless you deal with it right away, you're going to die. And then you hear your friend say to the doctor, you're mean. I'm gonna find another doctor who's not so mean. Now here's the question. Now what would you think about your friend's response? Well, first you'd think it a little bit strange, because why is the doctor's character in question? Because he gives you a diagnosis that you don't like. All right, so that's a little bit odd. But then you're also thinking maybe this is a little bit dumb, because maybe the doctor's diagnosis is accurate. And then when you start moving to some other doctor, or just ignoring the doctor, you may end up suffering from the disease he diagnosed, okay? So now you get the basic illustration and see how that works, right? Now I want to change the illustration just a little bit. Someone comes up to you and says, Jesus, human being, you are dying of a spiritual disease called sin, and Jesus is the only antidote. And your response is, you're mean. Now, actually, those aren't the words you use, are they? You say something like this: you're intolerant. You're arrogant for saying that. Now, I just want you to notice a switch that just happened. And I think the prior illustration is meant to help you see it clearly. There is an assessment about the nature of reality that is made, and what happens is the response ignores the assessment and attacks the individual, okay? Whenever you are in a conversation with somebody else, and instead of addressing the issue proper, they end up addressing something about your character, you know they've missed the point. And in fact, if you do that with other people, you've missed the point. You're not doing yourself a favor. And the illustration is apt that I offered just a few moments ago because from the Christian perspective, we are dying of a kind of spiritual disease, and it's lethal, and it needs an antidote. And like many other medical antidotes, sometimes singular problems require singular solutions.